All right, I apologize for that. I had a bit of a connection issue with my stream, but we should be live again. I just checked back exactly where the stream dropped off, and it seems to be I was over here. We just had finished the construction of the Nile River Run, and one thing I did, it was very quick in between then, is I built a small go kart track. I'm not going to backtrack and recreate it. Essentially, I just pulled the midway in one block and I built it around the small sand dune. We're just about ready to open it. I just realized when I was trying to come up with a name for it, I switched over and I realized that my network connection had dropped and Twitch didn't automatically reboot the stream when I got my connection back. So we're live again. I do apologize for that. It will probably be a common issue. I do have these issues with my computer somewhat frequently, with my Wi Fi dropping because I do use a USB for Wi Fi. Let me just take a drink of water very quickly and we'll get right back to it. Okay, so we'll just call it the Dynamite 500, I guess. I can't really come up with a creative name for go karts. Dynamite Dooms, Dynamite 500. We can have up to 9 cars on this track. Pause. You can't test this ride, so I'm assuming that people will automatically go to it, and then we'll be able to come up with a price for it after. We're very low on money again, so we may have to take out a loan, or some more of a loan, I should say. And we'll just add some cactuses in here. Give it a bit of a higher excitement rating. We're going really heavy on the cacti today because we don't have any other scenery for the Egyptian theme. I guess I'll add in some of this hedge fencing, sort of this more crazy hedging to match with this back here from Nile River Run. And we'll just bridge this over to the other fence. As for this side, we should be good. It's all fenced in on the midway here. And you do have to wait for, I believe, a full load to start the race on this. So we're just going to have to wait. Let's see, any thoughts on it? No. So hopefully people will come to it. I believe our advertising campaign for Nile River Run 1 week remaining. So as soon as that ends, we will advertise our new go-kart track. Personally, I'm not a big fan of go-kart tracks in real parks. They take up space, they're an upcharged attraction. Normally, they're not very good, but at least for all intents and purposes in this game, they're pretty popular. They can bring in some money, and we will see what we can charge for this one once we get 9 people to go on it. People probably aren't flocking to it right now because it doesn't have an excitement rating. Oh, we do have 9 people go on it. So I have it set for 3 laps at the time being. We'll see how long the line gets. I'm sure that I'll have to bump it down to 2 laps or something like that. The more laps, the more money you can charge for it, obviously, but you also can't have an extremely long queue at the same time. Unfortunately, the station is long enough to support more than 9 cars, but if I recall correctly, 9 cars is the maximum you can have on any go kart track for whatever reason. And one cool thing about the go kart tracks is that you will actually see the winner of the race. They will display the guest's name after the race is over. So Dynamite 500, we'll do another 6 week campaign for it. We do have the money for it. It's going to bring us pretty close to $0 once again, but the advertising is necessary. As you can see, we're just about at the end of year 1 here, but we're almost to our goal. We're almost at 600 guests. I'm guessing that this ride will push us over 600, and we may need one more sort of major attraction to go over the 650. We don't want to get it too quickly because then at that point people will start leaving the park and we'll have to build more new rides to get them back in or advertise heavily. Um, but we'll see what we can do here. So 4.85, that's pretty good. Another ride we can charge 450 for. As long as the line doesn't get too long for this, it will be profitable. in the long run. It doesn't have too high of a running cost for being a custom track ride. I'm sure that's either our log flume, yeah, our log flume is more expensive, or Dynamite Blaster is probably the most expensive ride in the park. Yeah, it's over $260. So we'll take an overview of what we have right now. So we have our main midway right here, food, drink stands. I think over here I'm going to put in that ice cream stand. That should be pretty good. On those, we might build another bathroom back here. But we have a gentle ride. We have a couple of thrill flat rides in Pharaoh's Fury and the Scrambler. And then we have go karts, log flume, um, Mummy Madness as our custom attractions, and a carousel if I didn't mention that as well. Our next big attraction, we probably will have to go with the big coaster. Our only remaining flat land is this little piece back here. We may have to get creative with how, if we build something back here, how we feasibly get a path into this area, and not make it too crowded, because we're not really able to build a 2x2 midway up here, considering it's on a slope, unless we actually build a tunnel underneath the surface. This flat land back here, we're going to be battling with our roller coaster that we designed. I kind of did some really wide turns on it. Um, so I'm not sure. One thing I might go ahead and do right now, though, is I might build this Fruity Ices stall. Do it right in the middle here. We'll try to charge $2. For some reason, if my mind serves me correctly, people may not want to buy it at that price, but we'll try it just so we can maximize the profit, get some money back here. Put in some benches around this area, some trash cans as well. Uh, yeah, we'll build some here as well, just in case people get too nauseous after riding the log flume. Build some bins, just so that people have somewhere to put their stuff. Okay, let's check. I'm not paying that much for an ice cream. Okay, so if we do $1.90, normally I try to keep it at even numbers, like $1, $1.50, $2, but I'm definitely going to try to get as much money out of this ice cream as I can. $2 for an ice cream is not ridiculous. You go to Dairy Queen, you're going to spend at least $4 for like an ice cream sundae. And we are getting some more um, vomit and stuff over here. Oh, cool. Swinging inverter ship. So I may actually switch my research focus away from thrill rides and back to coasters, just so we have something. And we do have 5 handymen. I'm actually going to grab. Yeah, I'm going to grab handyman number 1 over here. Actually, no. You can go back over here. I'm going to put in this area, because we seem to be getting a lot of litter around here. A lot of your handymen and mechanics, they will get lost if you have big midways like this. The AI will just have them kind of go around in circles a lot of times, which is a good thing, because right here we have a couple of food stalls. We do want handymen to be cleaning up the litter if people do not use the bins. But mechanics and such things, you definitely don't want to be over here. I would prefer a mechanic being near the rides so that they can do inspections and they can repair them um, in a reasonable amount of time if you run into that. And I just want to make sure 9-minute queue time, so we're really pushing it. I've been queuing for ages for Dynamite 500, so I'm actually going to bump this down to a 2-lap race. As the ride loses popularity, we may be able to turn it back up, but 2 laps seems to be pretty good for this, and we're going to have to wait for the cycle to be over to get our new test results. Surely the price on this one, we're going to have to decrease it. I'm assuming it's going to be somewhere around $3.50 or $4 as opposed to $4.50. Um, but yeah, that should be fine. Let's see here. Okay, so we're still doing good. All right. I think we do have the swinging ship back here, which is remaining very popular. So although these rides usually don't do too well, I may actually put right up here at the front of the park, I may put one of these top spins. Um, so in order to do this, we're going to have to get rid of this. Connect the path right to the exit. Then the queue line we'll do right here. Perfect. So the thing about the top spins is they have beginner's mode, intense mode, and berserk mode. The thing is, all three of these cycles are going to be fairly intense. A lot of people will avoid them just for that reason. Berserk mode, though, usually will get you the most out of your excitement rating, therefore, you can charge the most money for it. As for the theme of the ride, go something like this. Um, the name, I'll call it Sandstorm. Seems like a decent enough name for it. So it has a high intensity rating, very high nausea rating, but we will be able to charge $3 out of it, which is decent for a flat ride. Oh, $3. Um, as for theming it up here, put a couple of these little palm trees in to sort of fit with our theme of the oasis sort of area right here. I do really like these sort of crazy types of bushes, so we'll put those in. That should add a little bit to our excitement rating. 334, not much. I'm going to leave it at $3. See how well it does. I'm hoping that it's because it's in this sort of busy area of the park that we'll be able to bring some more people in. More people will ride it just because it is near the front entrance, as opposed to being all the way back here by Dynamite Blaster. But yeah, looking pretty good. Let's see the queue time. This shouldn't have too long. 3 minutes, perfect. Pharaoh's Fury, 7 minutes, a little bit long, but it is okay. Nile River Run is at 6 minutes, so a little bit better than I was expecting out of it. And our 447, I'll lower it to $4. Um, that should help a little bit with the queue time. We are at 9 minutes, so that's a little bit long, but it will probably go down as more cycles go here at 2 laps as opposed to 3. Okay, so we do have that swinging inverter ship that I will probably install at some point. As you can see, we are over our 650 guest threshold. It is the beginning of year 2. So I think one or two more big attractions, one more thrill ride, and one custom one will be able to seal the deal for us on this scenario. This is going to be really the only location that I'll be able to build a coaster, or at least start one out, um, as far as um, as far as our terrain goes, because it's going to be tough. We have our two paths right here. I may be able to loop it around or purchase some land right here to use. In fact, I might look into that right now. Ooh, so I'm not able to purchase any land right here. I was kind of hoping to loop around Pharaoh's Fury. We can purchase a bunch of land out here. I'm not looking to get involved with this big sand dune, but there is a little bit more of flat land to go around if I need it. The only way I'm really going to be able to do this path is to modify the queue lines for these two attractions. I could just go over this sand dune, but I don't want the guests to be going up and down as much. I'll have to build a lot more benches, and they will get fatigued very quickly, leave the park. Um, Maybe I shouldn't have used up as much flat land as I did for the log flume, and I could have started one out over here, but that's fine. Um, we're already doing very well in terms of our park rating, and our guests are going. We have our food stands in. Our staff is doing a good enough job to keep the paths pretty clean and the rides up and running. So we should be able to get something in here no problem. Or I just had another thought. Okay, no, I was gonna say if we had the chairlift ride, I may have been able to build a chairlift station right here and sort of bring it around over here. But alas, we do not have a chairlift. We only have a railroad, which I wouldn't be able to sort of build a loop around this area. So we'll just get creative. We'll see what coasters we have here. Wow, we have a lot of them now. We have a couple of these mini roller coasters, which would be very nice. Would fit in well here. They do have a fairly high excitement rating. I do think it would be a little bit too similar to the junior coaster we have, though, in terms of size and what it does. We already have the Mine Train. I don't really have a desire to build a stand up coaster or a suspended coaster just because the intensity ratings can get um, very intense quickly on those. So that would leave us either with the wooden coaster, which is expensive. We do have a little bit of money right now, but we would surely blow through that building one of those, or the mini coaster. Um, for the sake of this park, I mean, the mini coaster might work out, or a Wild Mouse style coaster. This is a family coaster of the same scale, but it is also very long and custom. Dynamite Blaster is a very intense, thrilling, custom ride. So I might go with mini coaster here. The classic mini coaster. Okay, so this one's a little more expensive, but this one you're limited with height. I'm gonna go with the normal mini coaster here and see what we can do. Just for size purposes. Okay, so we could very feasibly fit a mini coaster in here. I know I said before that I was going to try to build custom coasters as much as possible. I didn't rule out using one of these canned designs though. Also, as you can see, this would pretty much use up the money we have right now, so I may have to just wait a little bit on this until we can get some more funds. I don't want to put myself in the red on this scenario. We do have enough rides running right now, though. A lot of high price rides that will um, surely make money back somewhat quickly. Overall, I kind of like what I did with Dynamite Dunes this time. Of course, this will be another smaller park, not given much lands, but it is a fairly cut and dry scenario. I like that I added in some of this different terrain to kind of take away from, as I said before, the gaudy sand look that dominates the map. So let me take a drink of water, think about what I want to do real quick. Okay. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the mini coaster right here. I would probably go with something a little more thrilling and or larger scale, but we don't have a lot of room on this map. It is one of the first scenarios. Um, Now let's go with the mini coaster. Have a little bit more money in the bank now. So this one's 540. I think this is the one I was looking at before. They're all about $5 we're gonna get from it. So um, will this be flush with the ground? No, can't be, can it? Okay, so one thing I may do here, typically I don't do this because it costs a lot of money, but I may flatten this land. It's not costing all that much because it's small blobs. I may flatten this just for the purposes of getting that coaster flush with the ground. Because I don't want to build paths up in the air type of thing. And I know that most coasters in real life, the station, you will go up a small slope to get to the station. But we're just doing the scenarios for the purpose of streaming them and completing them. So I'm not too concerned about the realism factor of these maps. So it looks like any way we do it, we'll have to build a small ramp up. I kind of like this here, this turn. Does that end up going over the... I think it slightly goes over Dynamite Blasters. No. That would have been cool to have a turn go over this sort of... the turn go over the edge. But that's fine. Does it? No, it comes very close. It looks like from this angle that it does go over, but I can't tell unless I do. Yeah, so no, it comes very close to the edge, but it would have been cool if it went right over. So we have some block sections on this ride. It'll allow us to run multiple cars. Hopefully we can get a path in here that isn't too crazy. Okay. So what I might do here is I might just build this one right to the ground. I'll go with this darker path here. I'm sure that, yep, this is gonna give me some trouble. Us. Nope. Okay, this is the best. What? Okay. I don't really like how this is coming out, but it is what it is for the sake of this scenario. Building one more ride to kind of, because as you can see, we were at about 670 guests, and now we've dipped below um, that 650 threshold that we need, and we're only at the beginning of year 2. So what I'm gonna do here actually is I'm gonna shorten this queue. Life will go on. It'll be fine. Because we're gonna need to bring this around here. This is gonna be the cleanest way that we can do it. Is just like that. So we will still have enough queue space for Pharaoh's Fury. And I think I'm gonna go with sort of mesh fence here for this pathway, so that guests don't. Not that they would come near the coaster. It's not in their AI in this game to do that, but just for a little bit of realism's sake, you have the park fence right here, and this mesh fence keeping them on the pathway. No, I'll fence in the edge of Pharaoh's Fury right there. So this may be a good little space for a seating area and a bathroom. We only have one bathroom at the front of the park. And I never even realized that this is wide open right here. So we'll close that in. I'm not too concerned about fencing right there. Okay. So we can run up to 4 cars on this ride. I wonder if we can get... Nope, only 4. So it will be a lower capacity ride. But that's okay. Colors. We haven't used too many bright colors in this park. I may go with... we use a red yet? No, I may go with sort of a mute red. That actually looks more pink than it does red. How about this one? Yeah, not a bright red, but something like that. Gray supports. Go with the castle entrance and exit. Hope it fit the theme as best as we can. The car colors are fine. They're all sort of mute. I like the way they look. Um, as for the name, I don't know what I want to name it. Let's see here. Automania. That does not fit in with Egyptian desert theming at all. We'll call it Desert Storm. Kind of like Operation Desert Storm. That's the best I can come up with right now. I'm kind of over this scenario. We're losing guests as we speak. Um, that is one thing about this ride is or about this park is that you can get over that 650 threshold very well. That's no problem. But keeping them in the park, that's something else. All right, and we'll go back in here. We will advertise this ride. We'll do 8 weeks. I think that's one of the limits that OpenRCT2 raised was you could only do 6 weeks before, but you can do up to 8 weeks in this game. We'll advertise this one for a while. People should get on it and like it. As for over here, we'll build another bathroom. Um, yeah, we'll do a bathroom in the seating area. Maybe we'll put in another burger bar or something. One thing One thing though, I believe if you put food stalls too close to a bathroom, the guests will get mad um, because the food is too close to the bathroom or something. So we may hold off there on putting any food right there. We may build a couple of stalls along up here as we go along. We'll put a couple palm trees in. Benches, some in there, just to give guests a place to sit. Put in a couple trash bins as well. Put in some more benches here. Dynamite Blaster is a very intense ride, so may need to give guests a place to sit after getting off that one. And fencing, well, we'll just put in some rope fencing here, kind of close off the area. Yep. Put some in front of the trees here. Nothing special, just a bathroom and an extended midway seating area. Oh, we should probably put some benches up here as well for Desert Storm. We'll put a few by the exit. A couple here. The guests will use them because they are also walking over this hill to get to this area of the park. Um, Trash cans. Oh god, I'll put some benches up here on the paths as well. Um, Trash cans. Put one there. And one of these handymen I'm gonna grab. Where are you at? Nope, you come back here. We'll have this guy walking around in this general area. Um, Considering there are some coasters and thrill rides right here. The mechanics still should be good. We have 3 of them, not too many rides. It's not a very big park, so I'm not too concerned about laying out for the mechanics. Um, Laying out footpaths for them. So let's see here, 456 per hour, 4-minute queue time. That's not bad. I'm going to go ahead and start building another ride right here. We'll use the swinging inverter ship um, just because it's one of the thrill rides we have. Build it like that. Entrance, exit. Just build it like that. good. I'd add some more of this sandstone, kind of redstone in this area. Kind of looks like Mars, the rock you would find on Mars in a way, but kind of breaks up some of this sand, as I said before. Um, okay, we'll do 15 swings on this, test it out. It'll just add to our ride collection, hopefully bring a marginal amount more people in the park. Um, use this brick. Oops. Use this brick fencing. There we go. I'll call this one the Sphinx. Running out of Egyptian themed names here. I kind of like the colors of this one as it is. I may go for more of a gold there. I know it's not really Sphinx colors. There we go. That probably fits in the best. I like the black though. 417, so we can charge $4 out of this bad boy. And we'll open it. Okay. So we have just about as many people coming in as we have leaving, which is not so good. We are approaching the end of year 2, so it's gonna kind of be crunch time here. We're gonna have to attract a few more visitors in the park and keep them around for a year. Um, the bad news is that we're running out of room. You could get creative, put a coaster or something in here. There is a little bit more space here that you could work around, but that will cost money. And building the paths and the stations and such things for those will become challenging as well. Um, so let's see. I'm just gonna advertise the crap out of the park, I think. Advertising campaign for the park. We'll do a 12-weeker on. Oh, we don't have enough money for that. We'll do 2,800. That ain't bad. An 8-week one. Hopefully that'll bring some more people in. I think that the rides that we have right now, we definitely should have been over that 650 still, unless a lot of them are going to come. Looks like a bunch more are coming, so that's good. Okay. So everything seems to be running good. It's just we're running out of room. Of course, we could buy some land. Let's see what options we have for that. Um, Park. So we could expand out this way. This is a big sand dune, but there is a lot of land. There is some more land here as well. I'm sure we could build another coaster in this area. Um, we may just have to do that. There isn't much room to expand around here. Um, these two areas right here are sort of the flattest lands that we will get. Um, and we're out of coasters, so let's do thrill rides, gentle rides, and we'll do water rides as well. We'll see what else they can give us. We're hovering right around 636 guests, so it's pretty much one person's leaving, one's coming in. I mean, another thing I could do here is I could relocate Pharaoh's Fury somewhere else in the park. That would give us a bit of, but it wouldn't really give us enough flat land unless I really take down this midway right here. This might have been a mistake to design this the way I did. I definitely could have taken more advantage of the land, but we didn't really have the money at the time to make this coaster any bigger than it is. And as you can see, some of these bigger rides, like Mummy Madness, has been around for a while. So is Dynamite Blaster. Dynamite Blaster at least is filling its trains, but they don't have queue times, so they're definitely losing some of that popularity that they initially had. The later rides that we built, Desert Storm, Nile River Run, and the go kart track, all have full queues still, so they're remaining popular. There is a cheat you can enable to make it so that rides won't decrease in value over time, but I did not want to enable that because that would really be detrimental to the gameplay. It would make the scenarios a lot easier. So let's see. I'm kind of thinking this area right here is starting to look really good. I could build a station area right here, build a coaster up and around a terrain sort of coaster around the dunes, maybe tunnel it in to take more advantage of the space and the cost. So that might be what I end up doing. Um, Options for that. Oh, we do have the corkscrew coaster now. That could be very beneficial to use. It is more expensive along the lines of a wooden coaster, but I think we're going to go with that. I could just build a boomerang. And that would be the end of that. I don't know if I want to do that though. Let's build a custom design corkscrew coaster. We can purchase a little bit of land out here if we need to bring it out a little bit, but I think what I want to do is station right into the lift hill. We'll build it up about, oh god, we're running out of money. We'll build it about 65 feet. I think the arrow corkscrews, the original ones, were about 80 feet or so, so this game, I mean, as you can see, 50 feet right here, of course, this ride drops down far into the ravine, or the quarry, if you will. Um, but heights in this game don't really work um, like normal heights would. So let's go down. Oh, and it won't let us do a banked turn. All right, that's fine. Well, we'll go into a steep drop off of the dune right here, and we're gonna start running into we're gonna start running into Dynamite Blaster if we do that. So maybe instead of dropping, we go here. We do sort of curved drop off here, and we're running out of money again, so I'm gonna have to. Oh God! So we've met the limit of our loan. I do remember that this scenario in particular does have a very low loan. But one good thing is that our advertising campaigns are working out. More people are coming at the park. So hopefully, with this ride right here, we're gonna start getting into the beginning of year 3 probably by the time it's finished. Hopefully, this ride will be enough to keep us over that 650 with some advertising. Um, and it will work out. I don't know if I want to build out in this direction. I may actually go here in this direction. And, oh, does it? Okay, we do have the vertical loops. How tall will it go? Okay, that may be too much. I don't want to build right over the top of... Okay, we're going to go with a right vertical loop. And we'll actually do, in fact, on-ride photo section. That will help us get some more money out of this ride. We'll do a double loop right out back of the log flume right there. Now, I don't know if that's a good idea. I would have to chop a lot of land to be able to do a tunnel inside of there. And we're also running very low on money. Um, oh, we do have a Ferris wheel, though. That may be a nice ride to fit in somewhere. Maybe right about here on the main midway. The path for this, I'm definitely going to have to buy some land and loop it around here. But then we may be able to get creative and bring this path through here as well. So we can kind of make it so that people aren't getting lost or stuck. But right now, the name of the game is we're just going to have to make some of this money back. Luckily, as I said, the advertising campaigns seem to be working out. We are getting an increase in guests. I do want to keep it over the 700 guest threshold as opposed to right around 650 because it can come down to the line where um, you get to the end of the scenario and you're right at 650 and it dips just before the day that you're set to finish the scenario and you can lose it because of that. And we definitely don't want to lose on the second level here. This is a bit of a tougher park for a beginner park to play, but it's definitely one that we should be able to get past here. I really do want to finish this ride, though. That would be nice to finish this double loop. I'm probably going to build a double corkscrew as well. Maybe we do sort of a large helix up. Oh, we don't own this land. How much does it cost to buy land? $40. Okay, not terrible. Buy those as well. And we're out of cash. That'll be an expensive element to build. Okay. We're really gonna have to cut it close around here. We're gonna have to go back this way because we're not gonna have much room to turn around here and bring it back to the station. Otherwise, now it's just a waiting game. We're gonna have to wait for some more money to be spent in the park to go along with this. As I said, this coaster probably when it's said and done, once the track is complete, we're gonna build it piecemeal as we get more money and buy some more lands. Once this is complete, it's probably going to open around the beginning of year 3. Once I test it, put the entrance in, the queue lines, and paths. It will bring in a lot of money, though. It will be a high excitement coaster. It does have the on-ride photo section, which will be able to bring in some more profit. Unless, I don't think there is one already on Dynamite Blaster. No. I usually put one on Dynamite Blaster to get some more money early, but I think I even thought about it at the beginning of the scenario. I just didn't end up doing it for whatever reason. Okay. So we can build Helix up large. We can build one of those, and we're out of money again. I guess what I'm trying to do with this coaster is the drop and then the double loop, maybe helix around, do a couple of corkscrews, and then bring it back around and end it. It will be a fairly short coaster, along the lines of a Mummy Madness as we have over here, or a Desert Storm. But it is a small park as well, so. Okay. Build those. I guess we'll bring it around this way. We'll do a helix up. Um, Definitely also have to be careful because the ride is only 65 feet tall. I want to make sure that it clears the loops and then it's able to clear this element. So we'll have to go immediately down after this to keep it from stalling somewhere. We need $640, and that's going to be hard to get by because we also do have our loan payments, which aren't a lot. Oh, research. Let's cut research out. That'll save us 400 per month. I'm pretty comfortable with the amount of rides we have right now in the park. Um, and the ones that we also have already researched, we're not going to be able to build too much more on this property the way it stands. All right, so we need 641. Need 641 to build the next section here. It's kind of a waiting game. I know. I'm sorry for kind of sitting here and doing nothing, but this is the big one. I want to complete this coaster. If we're able to do that, um, then we may be able to start fast, um, not fast traveling, but speeding up the gameplay so that we can complete the scenario and knock it out. Okay, I have some more money now. Go down, and I think right here we're gonna do the double corkscrew element and bring it around as tight as we can back to the station. That should be good enough for this ride, as long as we don't run into any speed problems where it won't make it around. Um, but yeah, we may be able to bring it under here, either through a tunnel or something, and then bring it back around. Maybe buy a couple blocks of land here and back to the station, and that will be it for this one. In fact, I don't even know if we'll have enough space, if we'll be able to have enough clearance to do a double corkscrew here. We may only be able to do one, or have to do sort of like a cutback, or where we build a corkscrew that goes around this direction and then comes back around over here. Let's see. Yeah, no. So we'll have to go. This will be a unique element. I can't think of any coasters off the top of my head that do this. Um, it's sort of like a Cobra roll type of elements. Okay. So we're going to run into problems. I'm going to have to try to dive very quickly. I don't know if I'm going to have... You know what? Let's tunnel it. Okay, we'll go down so that we ensure we have enough room here. We'll bring this block up. And then we'll come back around. So once we get enough money, we'll come back around through here. Um, yeah, we'll probably stay in the tunnel. We'll bring it all the way around through here, and then shoot out and come back around in the brakes or something like that. But we need money to do that. Um, 727 guests. We're in August of year two, so I think we're doing pretty good. I would like to start another advertising campaign up, but money isn't going to be flowing until the construction of this coaster is done. So while we're waiting, I'm actually going to start seeing some logistics. 4 cars per train. So I'd like at least 5. Okay, this will allow us to do 6, so that's good. Color wise, let's go with a black, maybe a black track, and we'll keep the white supports. We'll do a snake themed coaster here. I think reminiscent something like Viper at Darien Lake, or I know Viper's all black, but we'll keep the white supports. I think with the black track, and we'll make it a snake theme coaster, some sort of desert snake. Oh shoot. Okay, that will allow us. Oh god, but then we're gonna run into trouble with the log flume. Unless I have an idea here. What if we bring it down? We do a big drop. Okay. So what I'm thinking is I might bring it through here, through this end of the log flume, try to. But then I run into trouble at the entrance, where the entrance would be. Okay, scratch that. God, this is a tough little coaster to plan because of the terrain right here. Okay. So this is going to be a huge tunnel, sort of like a Dragon Mountain from Marine Land style um, tunnel. But hey, if it works, it works. Okay, back to land. What can I buy? So this section of track. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I'm just trying to see where I stand, and we're at -5 feet. So we're gonna have to go down one more. Okay, buy these two. In fact, all I have to. Oh, don't even have the money to do that. Hmm. You know, I really should have made a shuttle sort of coaster. I was joking about the boomerang, but that may have been a very feasible thing to build at this point. Um, this custom coaster's costing a lot of money, and I'd really like to do an advertising campaign. Okay, so raise your lower land. I'm not sure where we are though in terms of blocks. I mean, it's showing that we come out here. I lower this. What if I do that? Can't construct this here. Partially below ground, partially above ground. What if I really go nuts? And okay, perfect. So hopefully we'll have enough room to. Yeah, we should squeeze this in here. We need to do one more block. Well, we'll do two more for good measure. Okay, so we're just gonna have to wait for enough cash. We'll go final turn into a brake run, and then we'll worry about putting in the entrance and the station sort of deal. Um, the entrance we'll have to build the pathway around here, and as I said before, maybe if we get creative, we can loop it around over here to connect somehow. Um, there. Oh, okay. And then we simply gotta put in the brakes. This is going to be a very tight fit, but it is what it is. Again, for scenario play, if it works, it works. All right, perfect. Finally got this built. Q line. Okay, we're gonna start testing this out before. We'll give it the castle entrance once again. That'd be a pretty abrupt stop if you were in one of the last cars there, but it is what it is. Um, we'll increase the lift hill speed to get some more speed coming through these inversions. I just want to make sure that it makes it through everything here. It's going to probably slow down a lot right around here, but hopefully it will work out. So go down into the loops, which it will clear. Good. Let's hope it makes it all the way around. I believe it should. Okay. Man, that's slow, but it works. So that should make it all the way around. With people in the trains, it will go a little bit faster, which is good. Not a very long coaster, but gets the job done. As for the queue line, we'll just... Yep, we'll do that. Perfect. I really would like to loop it back around here. I'm sure that we can. Just gives us some more breathing room in terms of guests on the midway. We'll do a diagonal path. Why not? Our first little bit of diagonal pathing in the park here. Then this will just connect there. So nice little loop around the log flume. The queue line should be of pretty decent size there. 615, so that's wonderful. We'll be able to charge $6 for that. On-ride photos, I think $3 is usually about the right price to charge for those, and we'll be able to get $9 off of people to come for this ride. So, money-wise, it's pretty good. As far as the name of the ride goes, I'm not sure of what snakes live in the desert. I think boas do. I'll just Google really quick. Cheating Egyptian snakes. Cobra. Okay. So there are a couple rides named Cobra out there. There used to be King Cobra, of course, at was it King's Dominion, I believe. Cobra is the name of the boomerang at one of the Walibi parks, but and we'll give it green and yellow trains. I think that looks pretty good. It does go through some of these maneuvers sort of slow, but it makes it around. That's all that matters. Um, we'll go with this again. Oh, can't do that piece there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And we'll open this up. We'll let people start riding it, get some money. We'll do some more advertising campaigns for this ride in the park. And, at the end of year 2 here, going into year 3, we should have enough to get us through the end of the scenario. While I'm waiting, I'm just going to put some more of this more fencing up, make it seem a little bit more realistic. Okay. I'm not going to put any on the opposite side of this pathway because the park fence can act as the barrier there. Right, can get rid of this one and this one. Right. Cool. Oh, should probably put some here as well. Add some benches and bins, so that people coming off the ride don't throw up everywhere. Okay. It's in there, 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 there. Okay, that should be good enough. Nice. We have enough money now for advertising. We'll do 8 weeks on this one. And maybe we'll have enough for a 4-week advertising campaign on the park in just a second here. Cost 1,400. Come on. Money. Make some money. Alright, so an overview of our park. We have 4 coasters, a couple of custom rides, some flat rides here at the entrance. In fact, now that I remember, I'm going to put that Ferris wheel in. Make sure it's facing the right direction here. Yep. You don't want to put too long of lines in on a Ferris wheel because they're pretty long cycles and guests will complain about waiting. This one we're bring right out to this path. Fencing. Continue with this black fencing just to close it in. There we go. It's pretty good. I'm gonna put a couple little trees in there. Sure, why not? Oh, must have hit a button there to make it go faster. Ferris wheel. I don't know of any Egyptian names for a Ferris wheel. Horizons. The eye of the something. Tutankhamun's wheel. Hope I'm spelling Tutankhamun right there as the King of Tut. We're only gonna get $1.50 out of this one, but that's alright. It'll just add to our rides. So now we have this nice little midway at the front of the park with our food, our info kiosk, a couple of flat rides here, a couple of major rides off of this midway. Going to the back of the park, we have a couple more major rides, a flat ride, and then over here we have this loop around to Cobra, which This is one of our major attractions at the park, along with Dynamite Blaster. I'd say it's probably the second most, um, not necessarily popular coaster, but second largest coaster, sort of star attraction, if you will. And this ride should be making us quite a bit of money here. With, as you can see, over 19,000 per hour with the $6 admission ticket, along with the on-ride photos that some of the guests are buying. I like how it came out. I wish I could have done a traditional corkscrew here, but it is what it is. 4 inversions. It's a pretty small coaster, a very long tunnel element through the sand dune. Um, but it's a people eater. It'll bring people into the park. We're just about at 750 now, so I think we have enough of a cushion. And just like I said, the beginning of year 3, this coaster's operational. We have a pretty filled park. Not much land here that we haven't touched in some sort of way. There are a few gaps in between the major rides, but everything else, the perimeter of the park is pretty filled. A lot of the flat space has been used up. We have a good collection of flat rides, custom rides, and coasters now as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save the game here, and let's do hyperspeed here, and we'll see. Oh shoot. Okay. So it looks like we will be dipping. I'll repay some of this loan, um, and advertise the park here. We'll advertise King Tut's Wheel, and we'll do a general advertising campaign for the park as well. 12 weeks. We're hovering right around, 800 guests or so now. So it looks like we're in pretty good shape here to win the scenario. We'll go to fast speed. So we'll pass the scenario with about ballpark 150 extra guests than we needed. Park rating is high enough up there where I'm not too concerned about it. And let's see. Speed things up once again a little bit here just to get through the scenario. I'm also gonna repay off this loan now that we made a bunch of money. So yeah, we're gonna pass it with about 100, between 100 and 150 extra guests that we needed. It is definitely a much tougher scenario because with the land, you don't have a lot of space, and it may be one of the things that they selected with this park, but you do tend, if you don't keep building and advertising, you tend to lose guests pretty quickly. I mean, we were well over 800 guests, almost 900 guests, and that dropped by over 100 um, by the time we finished here. But that's another one down. Um, I believe I'm going to stop streaming for now. Catch the first part of this if you didn't see it. I did have a bit of a network issue, and let me make sure that I'm still online here. Yeah, I am. So yeah, catch the first part of this. It is a two-part here. We did finish Dynamite Dunes and Forest Frontier. So next episode we'll get into Leafy Lake, Diamond Heights, Evergreen Gardens, and such. Um, but yeah, hope you enjoyed. Let's take a nice little look at our park once again here. Main Midway with the flat rides. We built all these coasters. This was the only canned coaster design I used, but that's because it is a mini coaster. I didn't want to take up much space, and we had very limited space in this back corner to work with. But everything else was custom designs. Cobra was our last major design coaster, which kind of put us over the edge. And I like the way that the park came out. It came out pretty good. And we'll move on to the next scenario. So thanks for watching. Go visit the website amusementmemorabilia.com. We'll be posting updates here. and on the social media about future streams and what we'll be doing with Twitch and YouTube. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I may stream later today with some more, or I may wait till tomorrow or in the future. And thank you once again.